This is an FTN News special report. Here's GreatJakers1113. Hello, I'm GreatJakers1113, live in the nation's capital. We begin FTN News tonight with breaking news. News that Ralph FOLEY has been elected President of the United States. I'm going to repeat that. Ralph FOLEY has been elected President of the United States. He is now President-elect. Elected as the presidential transition has begun. Ralph FOLEY has been elected President of the United States. He is now President-elect. So therefore, the next President of the United States will be Ralph FOLEY. He will be sworn in this Sunday. The transition has already began. Your applications for the transition have already begun. And in a bit, we're going to have one of our top staff, Senator Rotten 5, come on the show. We're going to discuss the FOLEY. And we're going to discuss the FOLEY and we're going to go discuss, and we will discuss the FOLEY transition with Senator Rotten 5. That is the current plan as the transition to the FOLEY presidency begins. We repeat, Ralph FOLEY is now President of the United States. He's been elected. He is now our President-elect. He's now our President-elect. Sorry about that. He is now President-elect of the United States. He's next in line for the nation's top office. He's next in line for the nation's top office. As we are now waiting for the FOLEY presidency to officially begin, and we're going to cover the transition fully right here on FTN. No nominations have been released at this hour, but the FOLEY transition is underway as I speak, but no nominations have been released. We're still waiting for those nominations to be released, and we will keep you updated. And in other news, multiple Supreme Court justices have retired. We're going to read this following statement from the President, which does great at explaining the full situation. We're going to read the full statement from the President of the United States right now. Hold on, we're getting the statement. Here we begin. Statement from Justice Holmes, Justice Kagan. Okay. KOT Warrior has retired alongside Justice Holmes, Justice Kagan, and Justice Bork. We're now going to read the statement from the Supreme Court. Now going to read this full statement from the Supreme Court, the nation's highest court. Or as the tweet loads, their tweet is loading. I just wish they would link the PDF in Discord. But that's just me. We're now going to read we're now going to pull up that statement. We apologize for for these difficulties. We are experiencing technical difficulty. We're experiencing some technical difficulties we're experiencing technical difficulties. Hopefully this works real quick. But if not, the Chief Justice has resigned. He's been there for a while, and this is a... Here, the clan management, when this announcement was made, clan management pinged everybody when the announcement was made, because they said this is big. They said this is big. Here it is. Here it is, the statement. Justice Holmes, Justice Kagan, and Justice Bork released the following joint statement. We have served on this court for multiple years. In that time, we have each had the great fortune of learning so many new things and growing in so many different ways, making so many fond memories with great people. We will each be thankful for the time we had, but all good things must come to an end. When each of us was nominated, we pledged that we would remain in the court as long as we were able to do the job. And when that time came, we would leave. The time has come. Effective immediately, we are retiring from the Supreme Court and public life. We thank everyone for the opportunities and the friendships we had. We wish you all the best. So all of them, they are apparently leaving Noosa. So Arumium says, I personally would like to thank KOT Warrior for his years of service to the community. He will be missed by all. Squarehead Dude says KOT has been and will always be an absolute legend. We're now going to read the following statement from Nightmare. I remember as a young state police lieutenant under the bountiful and stern leadership of Commissioner SquareJakL, Chief at random guy named, and my close friend Northern Darkness. Seeing the KOT Warrior statue by my beloved FLETC, never did I once think I would ever find its replacement. Former Chief Justice KOT Warrior, Justice Carl C. Rove, and Justice ASCs served our nation throughout the courts, and for years I personally thank them for everything they've done. I will be declaring 3 days, December 15th, declaring 3 days of mourning to honor these three individuals and the old generation of so that remains with us. The resignation of these three individuals ushering an age where the old generation of Noosa will begin to depart from this game. I've been blessed to meet individuals like Eisner, the first vice president of our nation, and along with a multitude of other American citizens here since the founding of our nation so long ago. I encourage Americans to learn from those who have been here since the beginning before they leave permanently. It's not every day people like Eisner stick around. Life is a bittersweet memory. I'll encourage all those who still remain with us to mentor the new generation. Signed, Nightmare. That is the official statement from the president. That is the official statement from the president. So these guys have been here for a while. FTN News would like to personally thank them for their service on behalf of all of the staff on FTN News. This community is eternally grateful. No person would said it better than Nightmare. The older generation here needs to be able to mentor and help usher in the new generation like me. New generation may be smaller, but just because it's a smaller community doesn't mean it's not it's still a community. Doesn't mean it doesn't matter if it's big or small. At the end of the day, I don't care if this community gets smaller as long as it's still a community, a nice, fun community in a fun place to hang out, play. I'm hoping NUSA they don't decide to just end it. We need to allow this new generation to come in, and we need to help them before you guys leave. Just at this point, I am eternally grateful. I think Eisner, I'm surprised you're still here. Like, thanks. And I'm sorry, I got distracted. I got distracted by Frivolous status. It says the status that Frivolous has on Discord. It says shredding your votes. Good one. So anyways, we have another story that a former Sponge Gang member has become a federal judge. Here's the former Sponge Gang member has become a federal judge. We're going to read the statement he released in the Sponge Gang Discord server. Yes, for some reason they've allowed me in there. In there, we're going to read the statement. I got nominated for federal judge, so I will be leaving the crime world I was allegedly in. But I heard Yiddished but no AOS will be making some guest appearances in TC. Disclaimer to the feds. I am in no means Yiddished but no AOS. I have no idea who that is. It's probably him. I'm kidding. Sponge Gang, please don't hurt me. Okay. Okay. And in other news, Curtis Shed. He was blacklisted and the CIA made the ban unappealable. Wasn't even serious anyways. Someone else is taking over as Plankton, and we have a new Plankton, apparently. Sponge Gang is an interesting time for the Sponge Gang. Two of its most prominent members have left the gang. And we're going to now see what we're going to go. Yiddished has already been active in the district court servers. He's already been making statements. And such. So therefore now, he is pretty active. He's pretty active. He's been active already, and I don't know much about him, but I'm going to assume he's going to do a good job. He probably knows a lot of the crimes because he's committed all of them. He knows what's illegal because he's done everything that's illegal. Okay? So I think he's qualified because the best way to know what's illegal is just to do everything illegal. He had to learn the law. He learned the law by breaking all of it, by breaking every single one. And he's like, okay, this is illegal, this is illegal, this is illegal, this is illegal. Okay. Okay, boom, done. Boom, yep, yeah, you saw. Yep, that is the... With Ralph Foley winning the presidency, what is next? We're wondering, what's next for the transition? All that and more coming up next on FTN News Tonight, right after this short break. And we're back with more. Here we have we're back. We're gonna we're gonna cover the Foley transition. The Ralph Foley transition has begun. Here with us now we have Rotten5. Hello.
Hi.
So first, I'm gonna ask you a question. What do you think we will see from the incoming Foley administration? Do you think it'll be more of the same from the Nightmare administration, or do you think?
I think it will be more or less the same from the Nightmare administration. Okay, a lot of the people who currently work in the Nightmare administration are currently reapplying. So he had some really good noms in the Nightmare administration as well. So he's probably going to keep a lot of them.
Yes.
There may be a few departments with some better, newer people who have different ideas, but that's pretty much it.
Okay. Interesting. Like, for example, you said you're applying for a few positions. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
What positions are you applying for?
Mainly, I'm just going for a deputy ICE director, okay? I've worked in ICE and in Homeland Security for a while now. And I'm definitely looking to, rank up in it. Also, Zinpek, a good friend of mine, is going for ICE director, so it would definitely be nice to have him.
Yeah, he's actually one of the second in command at our partner VIS News. If you're watching this, hello. So also, what do you think the Ralph Foley's administration's first priority would be? What is his first priority when he gets into office? What do you think his first priority?
Probably to keep DC active. I know that was one of his main campaign goals and main campaign promises. Yep. And one of the big things he said he was going to do in office. So I definitely believe he's going to uphold to that and continue doing that.
Okay.
And definitely try to maintain.
For example, he was in
activity.
DC. He was in DC earlier tonight. I got a job as a bus driver recently. I actually got to drive him. So Ralph is very active in DC. Do you think it is likely that Ralph will oversee the federal transition into Ridgeway?
I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think Paul will do a transition into Ridgeway, okay? Even if he does try to merge communities, I really don't think the governments are going to be the same. I think
Ridgeway would probably be like just it's going to be just doing its own thing, but the federal government will just be. He's actually been in the process of integrating. For example, the DOT has already been integrated, but he says he's nervous about integrating mainly because he says that the Ridgeway community is very welcoming and non-toxic, but he's nervous about the toxicity. But I feel like it's going to happen. It has to happen eventually.
I mean, I guess it would have to happen, but I don't know how this would work. I think this would be much more of a clan management thing if it did happen. It'd be much more clan management.
Yeah,
mainly because of the toxicity and whatnot, and to try and keep this as little political as possible.
Agreed. So also, how will you, since you're a senator, how will you work with the Foley administration?
Most of the administration's plans line up with everything that the Senate already wants to do. We agree with him on essentially 98% of what he's already currently doing. And the other 2% is just utterly, completely irrelevant to what's going on in news. So I definitely think this is going to be good.
Interesting. So you think it'll be tons of bills? Okay. Next, what do you think, Ralph? What do you think is really next for Noosa after the Nightmare administration? What do you think is next? What do you think Ralph will? What's next? What do we do now?
What's next? What do we do now?
We just gotta get.
He's talked a lot. Huh?
Okay, whatever. Okay, we're gonna move on. What is the Senate? What is the Senate's top priority in the coming days?
That is a very good question. Probably is going to be helping out with the transition, doing as much as possible to make this go smoothly. Everything is going smoothly. Applications are released. We just recently passed a bunch of nominations to finish off the end of Nightmare's administration, and I think those nominations are going to go through with Ralph's administration.
Regarding the Supreme Court justice's resignation, do you think who do you think would be the best person to replace them for theirs to become their successor? Who do you want in the Supreme Court? Because there are multiple vacant seats now, and if you were to choose, who would it be? It's just a random question I had to throw in there.
I honestly don't know that many judges in Noosa, okay? I'm going to give a broad explanation. Mainly just people and judges who know the law and are very well versed in it. People who have experience but are not like 10 years in Noosa.
Okay, yeah,
because then
some newer.
You know.
You want some newer.
Yes.
You're looking for some more newer folks.
Yes, newer folks that are experienced.
Okay, so what else do you have to say, really? Would you have any closing remarks?
Not really. I think the transition is going fantastic. It's a very smooth transition of power. One thing I would like to mention is that there is an option 82 on the Google form. Okay, just a little fun in there. Yeah.
You're applying
you
for.
You should definitely apply for option 82. Option.
John of Doom. We need it. I mean, Rotten 5 for
You have a screenshot link in DMs.
Yep. Option 82, everybody. Apply. You gotta apply for option 82. Is the wrong window. Option 82.
Yeah.
It is the must-have job. Option 82. Option 82, yeah. Everyone. Option 82.
Yeah.
Yeah, for example, the federal judge not for the Supreme Court nominations. Speaking of which, as I talked about earlier in the show, a former Sponge Gang member became a federal judge.
Yeah, I don't know.
He knows what's illegal.
I really don't know.
He knows what's illegal because he's done everything that's illegal.
Yeah, I really, honestly, if I could, I would have failed the nomination. But yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna end the show here. I hope you all enjoyed it. Thanks, Rotten 5, for your time. We're going to end the stream here. I hope you all enjoyed. You have been watching FTN News Tonight on FTN. Thank you for watching. Good night.